During a high-stakes day on Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives also voted in favor of increasing the aid sent to individuals under the new coronavirus package from $600 to $2,000. The Democratic-led House passed the bill with the support of more than 40 Republican members. President Trump has championed increased payments. However, the bigger relief package is likely to struggle in the Republican-led Senate.
All right, joining us now is a rice correspondent. You saw him earlier, Rotimi Kade. Thank you so much for joining us. Rotimi, you were making a point earlier, but let's bring back that particular point that you were responding to, whether we should read much into the fact that the president's support amongst his party, that's talking about Donald Trump, of course, the support among his party actually waning. What exactly is the backstory?
Well, I'm going to say the backstory here is that the Republicans in the House are now taking their own destiny in their own hands, apparently from what we've seen in the past 24 to 12 hours when these votes are being taken. And of course, you can see that a lot of them, for the first time or almost the second time in the administration of the Trump's presidency, supported the Democrats to vote on a very crucial bill. I mean, so many analysts are saying at this point that most likely because the president is on his way out in the next 3 or 2 weeks or thereabout. And that's the full reason that the Republicans are now, are closing ranks and making sure that they form a formidable force in answering what the American people are actually demanding for, which is passing the stimulus check bill. Now, this is it. This is exactly the playbook of the president right from this year when the pandemic actually started, when he said that Americans not that he said Americans don't deserve, but I mean, he technically put it in a way that the 1,600 is way too much and the economy is going to bounce back. And once the economy bounces back, then Americans will have jobs and they don't need to rely on the stipends that's coming from the government. But going down memory lane, you could see that the economy, well, is obviously not bouncing back the way the presidency actually expected. Now, changing that story is what has actually angered a lot of Republicans in the House, and they feel betrayed by the president. Because they believe that the president should have stuck to his initial playbook, which is that $600 per month is the ideal way to go.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rotimi. And so what do you think will be playing out for Trump in that for the first time a presidential veto looks to have been overridden by a bipartisan vote?
Well, yes, you're right. This is the first time that the president's veto will be override by the Congress and, of course, hopefully by the Senate. The president has actually vetoed about 8 bills so far in his presidency. And this is quite one of the most important bill that will be overridden by the Congress, and the president is not feeling very happy about it. He has actually reacted on Twitter, calling the leadership in both the Congress and, of course, in the Senate weak, and he feels that they actually not responded to what one of his demands, which is to see how to clip the wings of social media tech giants like Facebook and Twitter. And of course, when you look at it, a lot of analysts are saying that the president is being self-centered in his concerns over the defense bill. He's not looking at the big picture, which is that you need that liberty, that freedom of speech, and of course, a freedom of association, which is embedded in the Constitution, which is very, very important. But again, you want to say that the president's demands obviously would definitely not have effect the moment Joe Biden has been sworn in on January 20th. And that will definitely quash whatever the president had. Now, looking forward to the Georgian election, which will determine the fate of the Democrats in the Senate, to see whether whatever happens will definitely be more or less like
okay,
a seal.
just before you go, if you don't mind me jumping in here, do you think that it's likely that Mitch McConnell and the people in the Senate are likely to run with this veto, or what do you anticipate will happen?
Well, I think what we anticipate at the end of the day would be that Mitch McConnell, from a statement that made some hours ago, shows that he's going to go with the Democrats on the defense bill. But the news coming in right now says that on the stimulus package, the $2,000 per person, which of course was passed in the House, obviously faces stumbling blocks in the Senate. Most likely it's going to stop.
Okay, Rotimi Kade in the United States Rise analyst and correspondent, thank you very much for your contribution.